Imagine all the amazing things that women could do if we just spoke up a little bit more.
Yeah, it's like basically about, using our voices, because we have them and we just need to be pushed to use them.
It's a Latina helping and empowering other Latinas.
And it's a safe environment to make mistakes and grow from them.
Their backgrounds, their ages, and their talents may be different, but these women all have the same goal, inspiring other women to rise to their challenges and fulfill their potential. And they all tapped into a critical resource to achieve their mission.
We are so, first of all, appreciative to receive the grant dollars.
We're bringing them to the people instead of having them come to us.
And one special organization is bringing needed dollars to some amazing people, running programs that lift up women so they can shine. The Aurora Women's Empowerment Foundation awarded grants to 10 worthy nonprofits devoted to the same collective cause.
So we really just wanted to create a safe space for anyone in our school really to come and discuss feminine issues.
Empowering these young girls now, so when it's their time to start the banking process, they feel really comfortable.
At Talking Cities Aurora, we want to share how each grant recipient is changing the world, like the first 3 focused on financial, legal, and business education.
So studies show that when we talk about money way too late in life, when you're making it. And we believe through our own analysis, through our own readings and understanding of financial literacy, it should be spoken about and learned at a very early age.
Nisha Floyd is the Community Development Relationship Manager at Woodforest National Bank and a board member for the Aurora Public Library District Foundation, which received a grant to launch a financial education series called Imagine the Possibilities.
Financial literacy isn't necessarily directly spoken about in school. And so our goal is to kind of target the 15 to 19-year-old age group, young women, typically marginalized communities, either immigrant families, low to moderate income census tracts, where they can come in via choice. They will come like a club where they come to the library, and from 8:30 in the morning till 2:30, we will go through in a very interactive manner financial literacy. So we'll talk about budgeting, needs versus wants, investing, when you get a paycheck, what do all the taxes mean? How do you open up a bank account? And maybe the last session would be the last hour of our class to talk about if you wanted to get a loan, for a car or for a home.
When women are earning money, they need to protect themselves from exploitation in the workplace. That's the battle Alexandra Sosa is fighting. She's the executive director of the Farm Worker and Landscaper Advocacy Project, or FLAP, which helps improve conditions for low-income women who work in various labor-intensive industries. FLAP used the grant to create new women's circles that provide emergency financial assistance, legal support, and critical education.
With the women's circles, what we do is empower Latina women to know what their rights are. And many of these women have been abused at work. They are discriminated, not getting paid for overtime, minimum wage, and have a lot of injuries at work. So we are empowering them, giving the tools they need to fight for their rights. They are the ones who are farm workers in the field. They are the ones in the restaurants. They are the ones in the greenhouse, in the nursery house. They are the ones in the factories, the food factories, providing the food that we eat every day. They are the ones supporting the economy in the United States. And unfortunately, it took a pandemic for people to realize how important are those essential workers who bring those resources to us. And thanks to them, many of us could be working from home when they are in the field risking their lives. We run into issues when the woman has been brought to this country from different countries, like in Latin America, like Mexico, Colombia, other countries, and with the promise that, for example, they are going to be working in a restaurant as a waitress. But once they are here, they end be human labor trafficking or sex trafficking. It's our mission to create awareness for these Latin women around those issues.
Do you know anyone in particular whose story you can share that your organization helped?
Yes, of course. I always share this history that is close to my heart. Is this young lady that I met many years ago, and she was in a farm working, and unfortunately she was raped by the owner of the farm every day until I ran across to her, and she attended a community legal education workshop, and we empowered her and we let her know that it is not right and you need to run away from this situation. We partnered with the Mexican consulate at the time and were able to take this woman out of that situation, and she actually lives now in California, and now she's an attorney.
She's an attorney? Yes. Wow. So without your resources, money, encouragement, expertise, she would not have been able to rise up.
She never will know that she has rights, and she will be always thinking that I'm undocumented, I'm working for this person, he's kind of like my owner and he can do whatever he wants with me. So it took for us some time to educate her, but finally she got it, and now she's a successful professional.
But so many women cannot even go to work unless they have a reliable place to bring their children. As the director of the Women's Business Development Center, Aisha McBurrows supports the women who own those childcare businesses. The center used the grant for an early childhood education entrepreneurial program, offering guidance to childcare providers who want to expand to fill the growing need for quality childcare in Aurora.
What do those women business owners need that maybe they're not getting now?
Well, a lot of them are looking to now move from a home-based center daycare to a center. And a lot of times that transition can be very challenging. So we set up these classes where it's about 3 hours a week, and they come together with other childcare, whether they're in the home or a center base, and they come together and we talk about the different challenges and we talk about the different resources, give them resources, talk about them, and connect them with other professionals that can kind of take them even a little bit further. Small businesses really are the backbone of our country. And if we don't zone in and help our small businesses, then we're in trouble. And how do we increase that economic growth? Well, people have to go to work. And then if you're working and you have children, which I'm a parent, I'm a mom of 2 teenagers, but you need that support, especially when they're younger. You need to have a daycare center or a place where you feel that your child is safe and taken care of and learning and growing, while you can take that focus and go work and make the money that you need so that you can recycle, that money into the neighborhood and things like that to keep this city going.
The next 2 grant recipients are helping women facing tough times.
You can just see the relief on their faces, just how excited and happy they are to have these products, because for people who can't afford these products, it might be the choice between food or menstrual hygiene products, and that's something that no one should have to choose between.
The Aurora Interfaith Food Pantry is working to make sure no woman has to face that dilemma. Alyssa Edwards is the marketing manager for the pantry, which used the foundation money to expand its pantry pop-ups for women that offer feminine hygiene and other specialty products. 1 in 5 girls can't afford tampons and pads that often aren't available at a traditional pantry.
The need is very great, and it's important because this could be the reason a young girl can go to school, or a woman could go to an interview or possibly to work. Some people have to call off if they don't have these hygiene products. When we purchase these products, we purchase them at full price compared to when we get food in. So it's way more costly for us to do this. And plus, we wouldn't be able to drive to different locations either.
So the grant made a big difference.
Oh yes, we are so thankful for this, and being able to grow this program, to be able to do this once a month, to be able to provide women and children and infants with things that they all need.
Women need more than just doctors when they're facing a health crisis. Omar Ramos is the Program Development and Operations Manager for the Waterford Place Cancer Resource Center, which runs a salon providing free services to those undergoing treatment. The center used the grant to expand its selection of medical wigs.
How a person feels about themselves and how they look and feel about the way they look when they go out in the community, does that impact their health and their ability to recover?
Very much so. And I think that the psychosocial aspect of integrating these services into their existing medical treatments is what is a game changer. By obtaining one of these specialized wigs, they can look just like they've always looked and feel like they've always felt without having the need to disclose the very private nature of their medical condition. For people of color to be represented in medical hair loss specifically, That is the challenge. We really often recommend synthetic wigs, primarily because they're easier to care for as someone's going through the cancer treatment. And since the receipt of this grant, we've received about 90 individuals who've come to our salon, and over 40% of those individuals were people of color. We even had an individual drive 3 hours from Madison, Wisconsin, to come to Aurora, Illinois, to obtain one of these very specialized coils to locks wigs.
The importance of representation is paramount to the next two grantees.
The fact that we can bring her work and bring it to a place where it's fully realized, I just think is incredible. And now with the help of the Women's Empowerment Foundation, we're able to do it tenfold and create an opportunity for Nancy to really take the time to write something and try something she hasn't done before in writing a musical.
When women write and direct, they do it through the lens of the female perspective, something that's been lacking in the world of theater, but the grant is helping to shine a spotlight on it. Paul Jordan Jansen is the Associate Artistic Producer for the Paramount Theatre and the Musical Theater Administrator for the Paramount School of the Arts. They're using the money to support 2 female-focused theater programs.
The first one is through the Paramount School of the Arts, and that is our Theater for Young Audiences program. And we're featuring a show that is featuring a female protagonist in the play Adelita. The whole purpose of this Theater for Young Audiences program is to be able to tour this production once it's fully developed across all of Aurora to all these different schools that exist around here at no cost to the school. I personally am eternally grateful for this funding and to be able to share this opportunity with the Paramount, or share in this opportunity with Paramount, to tip the scales and to be able to support this work and to support these writers, like Nancy Garcia-Losa, who is our commissioned writer for the Inception Project, who's working on a musical adaptation of her audio play that is going to be produced by Paramount.
It's so important girls see women on stage and in leadership roles, which they can do in Girl Scouts. Maggie Cifuentes is finding those leaders. She is a community program specialist with Girl Scouts of Northern Illinois.
I know a lot about Girl Scouts because I was a Girl Scout and I was a leader of Girl Scouts for many years. I was surprised to learn that 4% of the adult volunteers in Girl Scouts identify as Latina. Only 4%. So the grant is going to help create Latinas taking the lead in this Girl Scout organization. What is that?
So Latinas Taking the Lead is a program for adult women who are looking to empower themselves and their families and create an environment where they can grow together.
So how is this grant and this program going to address the disparity of adult leaders and volunteers in Girl Scouts where there isn't sufficient representation for the Latina community?
It's all about getting our program to families who haven't done it before. And if you don't know about it, you're not exactly connecting with it. So really it's educating our communities in programs that are for everybody. Through the grant, we were able to provide 6 sessions for women who came in and learned a lot about their community. A lot of people who came to the presentations to deliver these presentations really created an environment where people felt comfortable asking the questions that they don't otherwise. Girl Scouts really focuses on developing women of confidence and character who make the world a better place. And we see that not just in our girls, but our leaders and adult participants, that you see that growth, and it's amazing.
But none of it would be possible without the foundation.
The board of directors are volunteers whom are all working full-time in the community. And the executive director then is able to work with the organizations to implement ideas, do some planning.
We are with Linda Pilmer, and she is a secretary for the board of directors for the Aurora Women's Empowerment Foundation. They give out grants to nonprofits that help empower women, and the organization was founded in 2018. And Linda, what was the origin story? Why was the organization founded?
The capital for the investment fund is the proceeds from the sale of the Aurora YWCA property, which was formerly located at 201 North River Street in Aurora. And the YWCA was an integral part of the Aurora community for nearly 100 years, offering programs to women and children in addition to working towards elimination of racism.
Why is this important to you, to spend your time volunteering for this organization?
My first volunteer role out of college was with the Aurora YWCA. I truly believe in the mission, that I was given opportunities which has helped me grow in the community, in my career, in my everyday life, that I'm hoping other women and girls can and will take advantage of.
The final 3 remarkable young ladies recognize the value of community in supporting their peers.
I feel a lot safer in my school knowing I have this community, and it just feels great to have an impact on people. So many people have come up to me and the other members of the board just to thank us for starting this club and giving them a safe environment as well. And it just makes me feel like I've really accomplished something important and like I'm really helping the community at my school.
Madeline Schatz helped her classmates at Mattia Valley High School by creating a safe space to talk about feminine issues as the co-founder and co-president of Elevate, Educate and Empower Club.
Well, a lot of people think that in high school you don't face as many problems as you do in the real world, but women still face so many issues, even at a high school age. I faced issues where I felt unsafe in my own school. And so it's just really nice to have a club where it's judgment-free. You can make friends with anyone. Well, we had a big event actually earlier in the month for women's empowerment. It was a big brunch. We had speakers come in, we had crafts. Regina Waldrop came and spoke. She's so inspiring. And so we used a lot of our money on that. A self-defense company came in. 2, 3, no! And it was really important to us to find someone who was super qualified and really just fit like all the right descriptions. And we found strictly self-defense.
Learning how to be strong in the face of a threat is important both physically and emotionally. So Diana Rivera wanted to help girls boost their mental strength by fostering a supportive environment. That's why she's the co-leader for the new Dare to Be Rare Girl Empowerment Club at the Alive Center for Teens.
So basically our goal is to empower young girls and to create a sense of belonging.
How do you do that? What is the grant going to provide that will help you to do that?
Yeah, so the grant basically funds like all of our activities that we do, and each activity has like open-ended questions.
Why do you think it was important to you to have a girl empowerment club?
Well, it's important to me because I see young girls who are going through the same things that I went through at that age, and it's important for girls to have advice, be given advice and a support group so that they feel confident in themselves and what they want to do in the future.
What did you go through? Do you mind sharing a little?
Yeah, so I think something that's pretty common for a lot of teens and young girls is depression. So I guess I felt unmotivated, and I guess I felt that I didn't have something important to give to others. I think right now my dream is to be an OBGYN.
That's a big dream. Wow. And how do you think some of the things that you're doing as a leader at Alive Center are helping you towards that dream?
I guess building my confidence and my leadership skills, my communication skills, which I only recently started doing, but I've seen an improvement.
A whole room full of girls can learn how to build those critical skills and create their own lofty goals when they are inspired by a successful woman. That's why Melissa Flores helped develop a new Lunch and Learn program as the co-president of the Empowered Women of the Future Club at West Aurora High School.
Every month our club uses the grant money to fund for 100 lunches to be served during lunch for girls, and then we bring in someone to mentor these girls. High school is really a big time for self-discovery. You're figuring out who you want to be in life, and you're getting a lot of harmful messages, whether it's from school gossip or girl-on-girl hate, or being discouraged by your current boyfriend or partner or whoever you're talking to, really. On the back of the shirts that we hand out every single girl who comes to an Empowered Woman of the Future meeting is a shirt that says Empowered Woman of the Future, and on the back it says Dream Bigger, reminding girls that you don't have to limit yourself just because of where you are right now. You have the opportunity for so much growth, and that's really what we want girls to know. You're powerful.
You could have all these ideas, but without those resources and that grant, you might not have been able to implement it.
Yeah.
So it's wonderful that you've taken that money and really done something great with it.
I have two younger sisters who are going into high school right as I leave, and they tell me that they really like the work that I do. They'll steal my Empowered Women of the Future shirt. They'll fight over it, and they'll take it to school, and their friends talk about it too. So I think I am making a bit of an impact, yeah.
Like Melissa, all of the grantees are making a difference in our community thanks to their passions and the money from the foundation.
The Aurora Women's Empowerment Foundation has only been around a few short years, but in that time, they have given grants to nonprofit organizations that have impacted thousands of girls and women in the Aurora area, and those impacts will continue for years to come. For Talking Cities, I'm Diane Mocha.